Okay, the old coot here coming back at you with another exciting video. So if you happen to have one of these granite stone pizza Piezanos, right, the pizza making oven thingamajiggy, or you have that other brand or the other brands or whatever, I love this thing. I've done a whole video series on it, like using it and demonstrating it in the whole nine yards. Question came up in the comment section was, what if you're using gluten-free dough? What can you expect? So just in general, gluten-free is gluten-free, right? So there's not going to be any real structure to the dough. So last night had some people come over, kind of experimented, wanted to see what it was like. And basically what happens is you don't get as much rise out of the dough. So let's say you roll this out to like an eighth of an inch thick. It's not going to hit a quarter of an inch. It's barely going to rise. And it kind of turns your dough or your pizza into more of like a cracker, if you want to kind of use that analogy. But you can still get a nice crispy crust. You can still toast your toppings and all that stuff. Just in general, if you're going to set your settings, this is what I do. And then you can kind of experiment on your own. You're probably willing to experiment, make some smaller pizzas first, kind of see how your stone reacts, how the heat reacts and all that. But what I do is on the top, instead of going to the full 800, right? What I do is I just tone it back a little bit, somewhere between 600 and 800, maybe like 700 or so. And then the bottom, I leave it a full 800 degrees. So the bottom is 800, the top is like 700. Accurately, I think what you're going to hit here is something like, I think I was hitting around like 625, 650, I think is the hottest this thing ever got. So there is a little bit of discrepancy between the temperature that you set and the actual temperature that's going on in the oven itself. But no big deal. It's still hotter than your normal conventional, residential oven, or so to speak. But in terms of the dough itself, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just a different pizza experience. So Trader Joe's gluten-free pizza dough ready to bake. One roll gave me 3 pizzas, I would say. So like it comes in like a little roll, like a little tube almost. I basically cut it in 3 parts, and that basically was enough to fill out like a good, I was kind of towards the edges. So I would say maybe like 10 inches or so. So like between like 9 to 10 inch pizza. So you can get 3 9 to 10 inch gluten-free pizza dough platforms, let's say, to build your pizza on, respectively. I would say that's about right. If you went with, like when I did the videos prior to this one, I went with the Trader Joe's, the regular pizza dough, the one that does have the gluten. It's amazing. You roll it out to like an eighth of an inch thick and it expands. It goes to almost like 3/4 of an inch. So you definitely get some rise out of the regular dough. So that's the difference. So regular dough, and then versus the gluten-free dough, which is this one. The gluten-free, you're not going to get as much rise. You're not going to get as much expansion in the dough. It's just a different experience. This is more like a cracker, right? So the gluten-free is more like a cracker. The regular dough is more like a regular dough. So you kind of get a sense. But same thing. Whether you're using the regular dough or the gluten-free dough, you can get about 3 pizzas out of every roll. If you want it more doughy, a thicker crust, if you want to go for like an inch of crust on the outside when it's all said and done, you could probably do 2 pizzas with every one roll. But, I kind of like my crust like a little bit thinner, maybe like not really New York, kind of more Naples style, somewhere in the middle in there, but definitely not like a Chicago deep dish. Actually, I don't even think you could do a deep dish in here because of the height limitations. See, like the lid only goes so far before you're really touching that heating element, which you really don't want to touch anyway. But anyways, I hope this video out there helps someone. If you have any comments or questions, put them down there in the comment section. There will be links to this and some other cool stuff in the description down there and also in the comment section. I'm the Old Coot, and I'll catch you all in the next exciting video.